Hi, I'm Wilco and I would like to share a quick thought regarding what the Bible say about money. During my 4 years of studying biblical finances, I read through the whole Bible cover to cover in different translations and underlined every verse and every reference that has to do with money, possessions. And this is what I found. Out of the 38 parables captured in the Gospels, the books of Mark, Matthew, Luke and John, 16 out of those 38 has to do with money and possessions. There are less than 500 Bible verses that talk about faith. There is also about plus minus 500 that talk about prayer. But there are more than 2,300 Bible verses that deal with money and possessions. There are 3 times more verses about money and possessions than about love. Now, you must ask yourself the question, why does God speak 5 times more about money than faith? And I believe God has so much to say about money because He knows what critical role money and possessions play in our lives. There's a quote from Professor Nell that reads, "Possessions and money are the single most important contender for Christ's dominion in our lives." Now, out of these biblical statistics, we can gather that money is very important to God. In fact, I would go as far as to say that how we work with money is one of the most important principles in the Bible. Jesus Himself spoke more about money than any other subject, even more than sexual immorality. This subject is so important to the Lord that He has His own monetary system, if you will. His own economy with laws or rules that regulate it. From the beginning of time, God has put natural governing laws in place. For example, if you read the book of Job, you will see God has determined up to where the waves of the ocean may go. It's a law of nature. Another law of nature determines when the wild deer may give birth. Then you get a nature's law called gravity. If you take an apple and you leave it in the air, the earth will attract the apple. Now, it's not a prerequisite for you to believe in the law of nature, in gravity, before it works. You can be one of those people, and believe me, there is a group that do not believe in gravity. But I guarantee you that if you step off from a high building, the earth is going to attract, irrespective of your beliefs. Similar to gravity, God has established monetary laws. Also, whether you believe in them or not, the laws are there and they work. Now, like gravity, you can choose to obey these laws to your advantage, or you can ignore them to your own disadvantage. You can call them laws, you can call it rules, you can call it economy, a system, whatever. There are laws, natural laws that govern money, and once you know and apply them, your finances will begin to heal. Og Mandino said, and I quote, "Life is a game, but no one taught us the rules." One of these rules or laws, for example, can be found in the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 10. You might be familiar with this verse. "If you are not faithful in the little, you will not be faithful in the much." In other words, if you can't take care of the small amount that you currently have, you will not be able to take care of the big amount that you want or pray for. The following verse says, "If then you have not been faithful in the unrighteous wealth, who will entrust to you true riches?" I want to give you an example. And for this example, you need to use your imagination for a second. See your financial life as a bucket, and your money is represented by the water inside this bucket. For you to live, to take care of your family, to progress in life, it's important that you have water in your bucket. Water represents life, and let's be honest, we all want our buckets to be full of water, but the problem is we get handed the bucket full of holes. So it's a frustrating feeling by not getting enough water in our buckets because it leaks out. But here's the rule. Our responsibility is to get the leaks under control and trust God for the water. God is the provider, not us. We are merely appointed as managers or stewards. You see, the world teaches us that the water is your responsibility. Plus, you must try to accumulate as much of it as possible in your lifetime. But when I read the Bible, it says God is the one who provides the water. Our responsibility is only to manage whatever He supplies. Proverbs 10:22 says, "It is the Lord's blessing that makes you wealthy. Hard work makes you no richer." Now I want to emphasize that you cannot take away our responsibility for work or to work. It is godly, it has a purpose, but it's not exclusively to make money. My advice is to spend your energy to fix the holes and manage what God puts inside. If you can prove yourself faithful in the little, you will be entrusted in the much. For many years I spent all my life's energy trying to get as much water into my bucket as possible, but I still couldn't get it full until one day I realized I was violating one of God's natural monetary laws. I shifted my focus from trying to add as much water as possible in as quickest way as possible, and I started fixing the leaks. The rule is to manage, not to add. You've heard the super rich say that you must come to a place where your money works for you. That's a noble vision, but this goal for you cannot be reached if your financial bucket is full of holes. During my business consulting, I found that one of the biggest misconceptions my clients have is that they think more money is the solution to the problem. The bucket is empty, so I need more. And then they go ahead and spend their energy trying to fill the bucket, but neglect the rule of stewardship, and that is fixing the leaks and trusting God for the water or the money. It's important to know that more money will not solve this problem. And if you ignore this law of gravity, you might walk off a roof and break a leg. Everybody wants more. And because I also want more. But the key to more is not more. The key to more is found in the Bible. I told you that I studied the subject for many years and I found the key to more. The key to more is faithfulness in the little. Remember Luke 16:10, one who is faithful in the very little is also faithful in the much. The key to more water is not bending over backwards trying to add more. The key to more is to manage whatever little you already have. The deceitfulness of riches causes a desire for more. But here's the truth. No amount of money can satisfy that desire for more. Once I came to the realization that no amount will ever be enough, and that spending my life's energy trying to fill my financial bucket is all in vain, I changed my approach. Initially, my wrongful mindset lied to me by making me think that my problem lies in the amount of money, that I needed more, that when I get more, my financial problems will be over. Experience taught me that more money will not solve the problem. If you are listening to this message and you find yourself in financial chaos, remember that 99% of the problem is not a shortage of money, as you may think. The problem is the big leaks in your financial bucket. There is no shortage of money with God. There is a shortage, however, of faithful stewards. Your way out of financial chaos, my friend, in love, is not more. Your way out is applying God's laws in your finances. Fix your leaks and trust Him for the provision. My name is Wilco. I'm an author and a business consultant. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.